What's going on, Halo fans? TheNotable here. This is episode 5 of Get REQ'T, and this one is going to be a little bit different. Today we're going to be comparing the Hailstorm and the Open Hand, and I'm comparing these because they're both level 3 reqs that can dish out a ton of damage. The first gun we'll talk about today is the Hailstorm. The Hailstorm owes much to a pre-Covenant weapon used during the volatile early interstellar period of the Sangeli history. Improved needler, which fires fast-moving crystal shards that exhibit strong homing behavior. The Hailstorm is a weapon where you really feel the upgrade. This thing is way faster and kills a lot faster because of that. This thing puts the regular old clunky needler to shame. It takes about 10 needles to kill, which can be fired in less than a second. It doesn't have great range, but as long as you're within its effective range, pretty much everything can die around you. I use the Hailstorm primarily in Warzone Assault because the rec levels tend to stay low. No one gets anything too overpowered for me to deal with. Now let's talk about the pros to the Hailstorm. It has a very fast time to kill, and I said that before. Couple that with its large clip and fast reload, and you can get some good multi-kills using this thing. You can get 2 kills pretty easily on one clip, and a quick reload allows you to get that triple and overkill. Because it's much faster and locks on a little bit easier, this thing is also a lot easier to use than the normal needler. Because of that, if you've used the normal needler and thought that it wasn't that great, that doesn't mean you shouldn't use the Hailstorm. Try this thing out. It's awesome. Now let's talk about the cons. First off, it doesn't have a ton of ammo. You're only going to get about 5 to 6 kills if you use this thing very effectively. Second, shields don't really matter. It takes about the same amount of needles to kill someone with full shields as someone that's one shot. So if you see a guy running across the map that's one shot, you still have to pump a ton of needles into him to get the kill. Lastly, good players can dodge this thing pretty easily even though it is upgraded. A good jump and a lateral thrust is all you need to dodge the needles and kill the enemy. The Hailstorm is a great weapon, but it does have its flaws, as any level 3 req should have. It's definitely a fun weapon to use, but now it's time to check out the Open Hand. The right hand of Endurance of Will, the Didact's loyal lieutenant. Advanced bolt shot that fires a swarm of tracking bolts with each press of the trigger. You've probably seen this thing in the Warzone before. It's a bolt shot that fires incredibly fast, red projectiles. You can kill it 3 pulls of the trigger instead of 4 with the normal bolt shot. This damage boost isn't enough to put it over the Hailstorm, but what the Open Hand lacks in damage, and it doesn't even lack that much, it makes up for in range. This thing has lock-on projectiles that can shoot from incredibly far away, farther than even the effective range of a battle rifle. Much like the Hailstorm, I use this primarily in Warzone Assault, and it tears in early game. If you watch the screen now, I'm able to kill a bunch of people because I outranged them completely. They can't do anything with their magnums, and I'm free to kill them all. 2 pulls of the trigger will completely destroy an enemy's shield, making this thing a great support weapon. If you go with your teammates, they can end up getting the final headshots, and you can get rid of tons of enemies very quickly. Now let's talk about the pros of the Open Hand. I've already said this, but it has a very long range, and especially when used in early game, this thing outranges everything else on the battlefield. It also beats out the battle rifle in time to kill, range, whatever you want to take on the battle rifle with, and that's incredibly important as a level 3 req. Another thing I love about the Open Hand is that you can get 8 to 10 kills per card. And lastly, this is the easiest gun to use in the game. It is a gun with training wheels on it. It locks on for you. Any player at any skill can use this gun, and that's what I think makes it so cool. The Open Hand still has some cons. First off, it's not great in 2-on-1 situations. A lot of higher level req cards, or even req cards at level 3, you can get in a 2-on-1 situation and end up okay. But if you have 2 players attacking you and you're using the Open Hand, you're not really gonna have much luck. Secondly, this thing doesn't work well indoors because the bullets that come out of your Open Hand go way up in the air. And a lot of times those hit the ceiling, and when they hit the ceiling, they don't bounce off. They just kind of disappear. This thing also really doesn't work well in close range. It's more of a long range weapon. You're forced to use it in situations where you outrange the enemy, and that's where it gets all of its power. Right now, I want you to take some time, pause the video, go down to the comment section, and comment which one you think I'm going to choose to be the winner here, and tell me why. And the winner for best level 3 req card goes to the Open Hand. This thing does have a ton of restrictions, and it doesn't kill enemies as fast, but it has a great range. One of the biggest reasons that I put this over the Hailstorm is it has, on average, about double the kills per req card. If I play my cards right with the Open Hand, I'm guaranteed a killing frenzy. With the Hailstorm, I'm not even always guaranteed a killing spree. The Open Hand is also much more viable at higher levels, where the Hailstorm tends to not do as well after about 4 or 5 req levels. At the end of the day, it came down to efficiency. The Hailstorm is still more fun to use, but the Open Hand card is going to get you a lot more kills per card, And at the end of the day, that's what matters. Thank you guys for watching. That's all for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I know it took a while for this Get REQ'T episode to come out. My reason for being slow with Get REQ'T is a lot of times during the week my internet connection is so bad that I can't even call in my own rec cards, which makes it very hard to get clips of all these different rec cards. If you're looking to play with me or someone from any of the Notable companies, even if you're not in the Notable company, you can go to the Notable company's subreddit page and find people there. I also want to give a small shout out to RedDog1221. He's offering to give anybody out there that's trying to get a little bit better at Halo some one-on-one tips and play with you to boost up your rank. Hit him up on Xbox Live or find him down in the comments. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. It really helps me out. And as always, thank you for watching. I'm introduced as... Oh my god. I'm drinking too much.